Every day we turn on our tap expecting one thing: clean, safe, and practically unlimited drinking water. We rely on it so much that we practically take it for granted. There shouldn't be any chemicals, any drug residue, antibiotics, or any other nasty particles in our water. But is this actually the case? Can we truly trust our drinking water? Let's stop assuming our water resources are clean and measure if there are any impurities or bacteria living in our water. As a side note, I am lucky enough to live somewhere where we have good water supplies, and that is certainly not the case for everyone. That's why I'm supporting Team Water, and this video will be for this fundraiser. All income from this video plus a small bonus will be donated to Team Water at the end of the month, and your support here will help as well. It can be either via the Team Water page in the link below. There's a custom TechTunk page up, so you can donate there. It would be awesome if we could get at least $100 there together to donate to Team Seas. But if you cannot support this financially, you can always, of course, share this video or share any other video for Team Water to spread the word and make people aware that stuff like this exists, that there is a huge crowdfunding campaign going on right now, because any help is very much appreciated. So now let's get on with the video. I live in the Netherlands in a city called Utrecht, and it is known for its canals and, like the whole country, great drinking water. I never questioned my drinking water up until now. That's why I got this test. It is a 20-in-1 commercial water testing kit, and it can test a lot of different elements of the water, like heavy metals, chlorine, and also basic stuff like pH, the water hardness, which is just not necessarily dangerous, but it is good to know. And next to that, it also has bacteria tests. So that's very important to make sure your water supply is actually clean. And we're going to run over all of these tests and see how the water here scores. Is it actually as clean as people say it is? Or should we worry about what is secretly still left in our water? So today we're finally testing the drinking water strips to see how good the water quality here actually is. I've seen some tests online, but there haven't been that many, so I'm honestly really curious how these will play out. And this tests practically anything. It has, let me see all the tests here. We got bacteria, another bacteria, fluoride, 5-in-1 test, 2-in-1 test, 6-in-1 test, ammonia, manganese, sulfate, and sodium chloride. Probably all things you don't want to have in there. And I have never done one of these tests, so that also will be fun. And as said, all the money I made from this video will go to Team Water. So if you see any ads, just click them. Immerse the strip into water for 2 seconds and take it out immediately. Wipe off excess water against the rim of the cup and hold it horizontal for 30 seconds. We can do this. We got a beautiful espresso cup right here. First, if you can still hear me, we're going to rinse out the water so there isn't any build-up or anything that would be from a new place. And we're going to do our first test. This will be the nitrites test. So we're going to put it in here for 2 seconds. Yep. 1, 2. Take it out. Wipe off any excess water. And in 30 seconds, we should be able to see how much nitrite there is in this water. So as you can see, the color isn't even close to the first one yet. It's not even pink. I think this is a really good result. Next, we're going for fluoride. It is slowly turning still. All right, for some reason the recording stopped, but for our nitrite tests, this, again, is really good. And just in case you missed the last one, here we go. This one also is really good. This is the heavy metals. This is another 6-in-1. This is one for chlorine, hardness. Oh, I'm actually curious about the hardness here, especially for coffee. The pH, the carbonates, the cyanuric acid, and the total chlorine. Oh, it's free chlorine versus total chlorine. Oh, this one is going to be interesting. I especially wonder about the hardness and stuff like that. All right, so I think the results are over. For the chlorine, this is really good. There is basically no to almost no chlorine in here. For the cyanic acid, that one is, there's some in there. I think it is between 30 and 50. It's definitely not as dark as the 100, so that's still within the acceptable range. For the carbonates, that one seems to be fairly high. So that's interesting. It is probably right around the 180 to 300. It does, with this lighting, look even darker. So interesting. The hardness also is very high, so that's surprising. And the pH, again, is very high. It's probably around 8 on the pH scale, and that's a lot higher than expected. All right, for the manganese, this one clearly is very low. It's probably between the first two values, so that's good. That's well within the range of safety. All right, for the sulfate, I think this one is very good as well. As you can see right here, it's practically 0, so that's good. No sulfate in this water. Next up is sodium chloride. And as you can see, there is no sodium chloride in drinking water. It's still very much red. So that's another good result. And next up, here we go, we have 2 bacteria tests. I think they're the same. They are, so we're going to keep one for later on. And we're going to do this one. And now we're gonna wait about a day to see how many things there are. The more yellow it is, the more bacteria there is in this water. So I'm very curious for this one. Let's wait and see. Small update after probably about 2 days, so it's a bit longer for how warm it is. It started to yellow just a little bit. Yeah, it should be like fully yellow, which isn't the case. And since it has been longer, it's probably nothing bad. There aren't any spots. So yesterday this was just fully purple, so I'll call this a good result. So, as I originally expected, our drinking water here in the Netherlands is very clean. The only thing that I did not test was drugs or antibiotics. This is because these tests are a bit more expensive and a bit more thorough. But if you really want to see this, let me know in the comments below and I might be able to get it figured out. There's one thing that caught me by surprise. That is something that fell out of the standard ranges, and that is the carbonate ranges in the water. And this likely is due to the high pH and the high water hardness. And the area where I live in is at least known for the very high water hardness, and the pH is also relatively high. But according to the World Health Organization, this is still within acceptable range. And I did not find any direct evidence that higher carbonate levels linked to high pH are dangerous in any way. So this is something to be aware of, but it's not something for me to worry about. In general, the high pH water isn't necessarily a bad thing. It is also sold very often in bottled water as a health product, the alkaline water bottles. There isn't any exact proof or disproof that it actually helps with health. So this isn't anything to worry about, basically. So my water are safe, but not everyone in the world is so fortunate. Links to the testing kit, if you want to test your surroundings, are in the description below. But more importantly, the links to Team Water are also in the description below and below the video. Please make sure to check them out, and if you can support them in any way, either it being financially or sharing the videos or clicking all the ads in these videos so the ad revenue is higher so I can donate more myself. Just any way you can support the project is very much appreciated. As said before, I got a custom fundraising page for TechDunk, so if we could put our heads together and get at least $100 in there, that would be great. If it is a lot more, of course, that is also welcome, but I think a fair goal is $100. So let's put our minds together and make sure more and more people get clean drinking water.